Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here, and today we've got more Sunhaven. 200 days of Sunhaven. I guess this video is only like 100 days, less than that. I don't know how to follow instructions. Anyway, we start here on day 105, which is the day we left off on last time, and we find a letter in our mailbox asking us to go see Rosa about combat training. There was an update in between me playing last time and starting this time, so that probably explains that one. And then with nothing else to do, we go and hang out in the mines. When I get bored of that, I go and check out the clothing store, and I can't afford the dress I wanted, and we finish off our night fishing, by which I mean throwing the bubble around. We run into Claude, and he asks us for some tomato soup, and when we head to bed in his house, it's an entirely different place. Probably also just like an update thing or something. I'm really hoping that tomorrow someone will acknowledge that I saved the world, or I get like some sort of quest or something. Catherine meets us at the entrance to the farm because we hit level 50 in farming, and she gives us a hat. I feel like everyone gives us a hat when we reach level 50 in something. We find Bernard standing at the entrance to the farm. Is he going to tell us the town is throwing like some sort of celebration or whatever? Because we saved the world? No. He's just here to tell us about the secret Santa thing the town does every year. Apparently our giftie is Van. He definitely doesn't live in town, but whatever, I guess. I also thought I would finally check out the fish mount. It's large and kind of scary, so we are gonna stick to the broom. I end up cheaping out and just decide to give Van a Havenite since it's a loved gift for everyone. We head back to the clothes store, do some more shopping, and we buy a fluffy dress. I have such a hard time with clothes in this game for some reason. I'm not really sure what it is, but I really just don't like the way most of the things look. And we nip into the cafe to buy Claude some soup, because apparently we're just taking the easy route on everything here. In my defense, I'm just kind of feeling like nothing in the game really matters. I saved the whole world and no one mentions it to me. The world doesn't change, like visually or anything. It's literally exactly the same as it was before we saved the world. Maybe we're getting a little bit existential about, a video game. Doesn't feel like anything I did was worth anything. Why did we bother? But on to bigger and better things. We've still got like 100 days of this video left. So I stop in at Lucia's to see if maybe everyone got a different house. No, I mean, just Claude. I suppose it could be people who are not Claude, and I only checked Lucia's house, so I do not actually know for certain. And we head to Withergate to do our daily quests, and then I spend a few hours fishing on the rooftop farm. We're heading home to finish off the day by clearing out some trees. And we start today dealing with the Withergate farm, and then I head into the Withergate mines. We're trying real hard to finish up the museum. The game stopped giving me goals, so I have to make my own. And then we head into the forest to fight some monsters for the museum items we're still missing. This morning we head to Nilvari to start crafting the mana drops we need for the museum, and then we're off to the Withergate mines again. We also buy a few of the potions we need for the museum, because we have all this candy corn, and there isn't really anything else that I want to buy with it, so I thought I'd save myself some time and not craft them. This morning, I forgot to change the count over, and it'll be a few days before we fix that, so do know that today is 109. We started out today in the Nilvari mines, really grinding for the tomes at the moment, and then we hit the Withergate mines, and finish off the day with a spot of fishing. We managed to finish off the Withergate mining display in the museum. We are still short a few scales on the Nilvari one though, and I make a recycling machine, hoping that it'll help us get enough tickets for the museum bundle, and then we spend our afternoon in the Nilvari mines. We finished the Nilvari mining display this morning. I had also smelted a second elven steel bar, because I forgot I'd done that already. We do a short amount of fishing in Withergate before coming home to remove all of the trees from our farm. We start the morning cutting down more trees, this time in the forest. And I also start collecting all of the fruits in hopes of getting gold ones. Am I crazy, or did we used to be able to cut down fruit trees? We also clean off the beach on our farm, which is one of those things I just occasionally feel compelled to do. We save the turtle before heading off to fight more scorcher peppers. I don't know, the pink scorpion crab guys, because they are one of the combat drops we're missing for the museum. And we also pick up a few monster drops that we need to get to craft some of the potions we need for the museum. And then we start the winter festival. Here we find a snowman who's missing a few pieces. It was kind of fun looking around the festival for them. After putting all the pieces together, we end up with a snow Elios. I have to admit, it is pretty cute. Also helped to kill some of the time while we were waiting for the free hot chocolate, which took forever, by the way. I forgot to pause the screen when I needed to get up and go to the bathroom, and then I went and got and ate cornbread. And there were still several more real-world minutes before it was ready. Not even sure why I wanted it so much, since it's just gonna sit in a chest forever. When we finally get the hot chocolate, I start the gift giving. And now we're expected to guess who gave us our gift. I did not sign up for this. It's pretty easy though. We end up getting a dreamy painting, and the only person we know who paints is June. Then Van guesses us, though we gave him a very generic gift, so I don't know how he figured that one out. Maybe because it's a mining thing and no one else mines? I guess maybe it wasn't as generic as I thought. The Snackoon is back. Do they just come back every season? Because that's annoying. Oh, well, I guess we'll go around. We head back into the Nelvari mines. Even though we finished the mining display in the museum, we still need some more of those tomes for the lore display, and they are proving to be quite elusive. We then finish the day off fishing, as we're missing some of those artifacts as well. I don't learn this for a while, but apparently the bubble won't give you artifacts. Not a total waste though, because we do need the spring fish for the museum. Here's a good sort of example of how oblivious I am. We drive past this golden pomegranate twice before I notice that it's there the third time around. I'm good at stuff. We do some more fishing today, hoping for spring fish. Occasionally I'm not lazy and actually use the rod, which is why it takes me so long to realize the fishing artifact thing. We are doing quite a bit of withergate farming these days. There's a money bundle in the museum, and the online guide told me I needed like 5,000 tickets. Turns out you only need 1,000, but we don't know that yet, and then we end the day in Nelvari, fishing. Even this far into the game, I still sometimes forget to check the clock before heading to the museum, and then tragedy strikes, and I forget that you can't drive off screen. You've got a bubble going, because you don't get those fish. Mostly I was just kind of on autopilot and didn't stop to think about it, but we needed that painted egg fish, and now it is lost forever. But we put the mana drops into the museum and finish that display, which is exciting. And then we find a discarded letter to Covington in the corner of the museum, and I think it's maybe supposed to imply he's taking credit for work, but I'm pretty sure this is the letter announcing the first visit we walked in on, as we haven't finished any of the museum rooms yet. Not really sure what the point of the letter is if that's the case, but it's here. So we do some more lazy fishing, and I head back to the spot of the tragedy to almost immediately catch the painted egg fish again. So, I mean, tragedies may be a little over dramatic. We do the Withergate dailies real quick before spending the afternoon fishing in Nelvari, and managing to finish off that display in the museum. We start this morning fishing before heading to drop off the orbs at the museum, and then we realize that we only need 1,000 tickets, and we managed to finish off this display too. But we have work to do, so we're back onto the fishing grind before heading to the Withergate mines. Weedle's back, and this year we're going to take that man down. Just not today. The days are starting to feel really long and grindy, so we try moving the day length down to a more reasonable 20 minutes. But this offers its own set of stresses, so we go back up to 40 again. And we try this a few times, and it takes me an unreasonably long amount of days for me to try 30 minutes. Not really sure why, given that it's like the perfect medium in the middle, but my brain just doesn't consider that for like a long time. So we have made ourselves a monster composter. Turns out that all the junk won't go into the recycle machine, which logically makes sense, but also takes me by surprise. We will now proceed to make a fuck ton of compost, and pretty much never use it to make fertilizer. I don't really fertilize my crops at all in this game. Not entirely sure what the aversion is, given that I always fertilize things in Stardew, but whatever. And then we spend the rest of our day fishing. We do a spot of morning fishing, but my inventory is seriously full, and I just have to leave the fish where they are, assuming they're gonna disappear, like the stuff I left in my apartment did. I have decided that we're gonna try and make all the machines. No real reason other than it's nice to have a goal to work towards, and I'm very task-oriented. I also do a sewer run today. Going to need some materials if we're going to make all the Withergate machines. And we spend our evening crafting materials for Nelvari machines. Today is Weedle Day. Now that I know you get pets from defeating these monsters, it's significantly more appealing to fight them. We try on our own a couple times, but I am going to need to successfully jump 60 times in a row. So I'm going to go get Liam's sisters, and hopefully they make it easier somehow. And we finally have what we need for this Nacoon blocking the top entrance to our farm. Have I mentioned yet how much I hate that they come back seasonally? Because I do. With the girls on my side, we now deal 3 damage a jump instead of 1, which makes it much easier, and we managed to vanquish the weed. I've also decided I want to move all my crops to the Sunhaven farm, which we can do, but we're going to need farm totems. So I get to work planning the bits we need to craft them, and apparently use fertilizer, but not for the Kraken Kale we need the totem for, because the Speedy Grow fertilizer needs fire crystals, and we do not have very many of those. We fertilize more orbs today, because they give currency for all 3 towns, and I decided that I really liked them and wanted more, so I'm going to chuck those suckers in a seed maker, and we'll end up with even more soul orb seeds. Then we hit the Nelvari mines for the afternoon. We do another Nelvari mine run today before walking home to collect fruits. We finish off the potion display today, and now I'm only missing the Withergate tomes. We head back to the Withergate farm and start clearing it out to get the materials we need for monster machines. We hit all the farms for dailies before heading into Nelvari. Today I learned that the golden log I need for the museum doesn't come from trees, but a farm animal called a baby stump. So we pick one of those up before walking home so we can hit all the fruit trees on our way. We then hit the beach, hoping for Scorch of Pepper combat drops. And when I get bored of that, we go and fight in the Withergate forest, because as you may have guessed, there's also a combat drop we need there. The Kraken Kale's done, so we head home to put the Withergate totem on. Then we do some more Scorch of Pepper grinding, as that's the last drop we need. And luck must be on our side, because we managed to finish the combat display today. We then walk to Nelvari, checking on the fruit trees. But when I go to harvest the acorns for the Nelvari totem, I'm short 1. I know I planted 20, at least I think I did, and now the Nelvari totem will have to wait. I then drown my sorrows with more fishing and finish the spring fishing bundle, and we then make it to the museum just in time to pick it up. Somewhere along the line, we unlocked a brilliant spell that lets you plow the ground around you. I do frequently not line it up correctly and end up with a bunch of tilled ground where I don't want it. Good news is the stone path hides it, and we plant our first Withergate crops on the Sunhaven farm. Also took like a multiple day break in the middle of this day and couldn't remember what we were supposed to be doing, so instead we just waste the rest of the day fishing. Given how much time we have left in these 200 days, I've decided that I'm going to decorate the farm, or at least try to decorate the farm. My outside decor is mediocre at best, so I wouldn't get your hopes up, but we'll try. Do other people struggle as much to get into the Withergate clothing store? Because it feels frustratingly finicky. Tell me I'm not the only one. And then we spend our evening shaking fruit trees, hoping to get golden ones to spawn. Krusty arrives today, and we are going to fight him. Thank God it's not another jump rope type deal, and you just need to hit him a bunch of times. Turns out, however, that we need Lynn and Nate to help us. Guess we'll head off to find them then. And this turns into like a stupid, pointlessly long quest, where we have to talk to them, to talk to someone else, to then go back to them. I assumed that the people we talked to were gonna make me do something for them, but no, we just head directly back to Lynn and Nate. Not sure what the point of that was. Did you know that you don't actually have to click the mouse button every time you want to do something? You can just hold it down. This was a very exciting discovery for me. Takes us like 2 hours, but turns out he wasn't even a rock and is smooth underneath. Did not see that one coming. We then spent some time cleaning up all the rocks he left around the farm, and we clean up this plateau because I think I'm gonna move the barn here. And I was enjoying clearing up so much that I cleared the whole Withergate farm. Look, Ma, I did it first try. That doesn't happen again, but I'm really glad I have it recorded. Lucia meets us as we enter the farm to congratulate us on hitting level 50 in exploration, and also gives us a hat. I'm pretty sure I hate the way all hats in this game sit, at least on this hairstyle. We head to the Nelvari farm to clear it out and find the missing acorn. It's hiding behind a tree. Not sure how the scythe didn't hit it, but okay. Except now we're short 3 wheat, because I'm dumb and didn't set any aside. I don't even know what I used it for. Then I spend the last few hours before bed fishing, because it's really hard to ride past that pond on the way to Claude's and not stop to fish. Mostly just through the bubble. In my defense, I'm hoping for the elven headdress I'm missing for the museum. We still haven't figured out the whole bubble artifact thing yet. We gave Claude a gift this morning, and we're nearly at full hearts with him. I wonder if we'll get like a special dialogue or a new date or something when we get there. And I finally fixed up the stalls, or whatever you call them, in the general store, because if we're gonna decorate the farm, it will be helpful to have as much stuff as we can. How do people decorate things when they don't have everything available to them? Can't every game just let me decorate like Happy Home Paradise? I pay for the items myself. I just want like a catalog, and to be able to place all of the things at once, and also be able to try things without buying them. We then go and spend some community tokens on exploration skill points to get the golden fruit perk up to max spawn rate, and then trying to deal with the inventory management, I make chests to put beside the griffin and one beside the ferryman. Turns out that little corner is not part of our farm, and you can't place anything outside the farm. And then we go golden fruit hunting again. I get it in my head that I want all the animals to show up on the Nelvari farm, especially the one who drops fire crystals, which means like a fuck ton of elemental seeds. Also, the squirrels will be useful, given the Nelvari quest that asks for peanuts. Then we go fishing before hitting some more fruit trees on our way to bed. We find the golden oranges. I don't actually have footage of me finding all of the golden fruits, but we're working our way through them. And of course, I get distracted by the pond in front of Claude's house. And I wasn't even being lazy. This is probably when we figured out the whole artifact bubble thing, and we'll be here until bedtime. So the fish pile from last night didn't disappear, and I'm gonna be able to come back after I empty my inventory. It seems that items only disappear if you move towns, which seems arbitrary, but okay. But we do get the golden strawberries, and then walk home from Nelvari to hit fruit trees. And then we fish until bedtime. This classical EDM record puts us at full hearts with Claude, and nothing happens. He doesn't even have like a little dialogue thing about it. I feel like this game's biggest flaw is that it doesn't acknowledge the player's accomplishments in any way. And I've just watched Floydson's 100 Days of Sunhaven video and learned that apparently petting does not have a daily cap. I thought you can only do it once. Also learned that you can buy metal bars from Solon. In my mind, it like wasn't even a shop, so I never went in there. We now have a monster sushi maker. Don't think I'm ever going to use it, but it's here. And then I spend the majority of my community tokens on more skill points. Not like I'm doing anything else with them, so why not? And then we spend the afternoon trying in earnest to decorate the farm. This looks mostly like flying around and staring at places, but I also moved all the cooking machines to this little alcove here to make an outdoor kitchen or something. And then we just kind of went ham, petting animals. I got all the ones whose gold items I still need up to full yellow hearts, but the silk moth just kept wandering away. Did not like pets. But I mean, if that's true, why does petting increase the heart level? And then we hit the mines for a bit because I spent all my stone on floor tiles. We then do another Nelvari to Sunhaven fruit tree run. Not sure why I never go the other way around. Then, of course, we do all of our Withergate dailies and then spend the rest of our time fishing outside clods. Not entirely sure what happened, but this day was like extremely productive. We wake up to golden blueberries on the farm. We did buy fruit tree seeds for all of the missing golden fruits that we needed, but apparently I didn't record that bit. And we finally have our monster seed machine. So we put a few soul orbs into it, also hit the Withergate forest to get some logs for Christine. I do the Withergate quests like literally every day, but I never know if I should or shouldn't mention it because it's like literally the same 6 or so quests. We start our day with another golden fruit run, then do the Withergate bits, and then we fish, and fish, and fish. We start in Sunhaven to water the crops, and then dip out to Navari, where we also water the crops. And I still forget where my mouse cursor is most of the time. We then go into the forest to get some antlers for the frog guy, and find some more golden raspberries. We are like so close to finishing the museum. We only need some summer things, the mining tomes, the golden feather, and the ever-elusive elfin headdress. But our chests have started to become super chaotic again, so we try to organize those for a bit. We finished the golden bundle today, and having finished the entire mining room collection, I go and talk to Covington. You know, on the off chance there's like a reward for finishing a room. There isn't, but apparently there is some criteria in which he gives you rewards, because he gives me like a fuck ton of rewards. I don't know what triggers the rewards though, because finishing a bundle already gives you rewards. If you know, let me know. But I mean, we can't complain. Then we go back to organizing chests. And I do upgrade the house to level 2, mostly just to have more room for chests. Surprise! Today's another chest organization day. I really wish time didn't pass when you have chests open. It doesn't pass when you have the inventory open. Maybe I should just be better and not let chests evolve into madness. And then we finish the day fishing. So I finally decide to go and check out the creature drops on the Nelvari farm. Inconveniently, you have to show up and get them every day. They don't like accumulate. I'm going to forget and or be too lazy a majority of the time. So not as useful as I wanted it to be, but I do still kind of want the fire crystal guy. So we plant more elemental seeds. And we do try to stop in the honey farm because apparently I felt like I needed to see it before I did my own. I don't really have an explanation for why, but it turns out that Snackoon's back too. Oh well, he should be gone tomorrow. I hope. We do try and do some more farm decorating, but end up just feeling stressed and overwhelmed. So instead we fish until 7, and then we attend the Lantern Festival. And this year I have enough money for the Lantern Spirit Pet thing. So I turned off seasonal bosses, given that we've beat all of them once now, and also turned off seasonal pests, hoping that would remove the Snackoons I already fed. It didn't. What it did do was turn off the visuals on the crop effects. I mean, it was raining this morning, and there were plants that still needed to be watered, you know, like they were on fire, but there was no fire. So I just turned seasonal pests back on. Not entirely sure what that one's supposed to do. And we finally get the elven headdress. And then I decided I'd plant some more demon orbs to make a second Withergate totem, because I thought you needed demon orbs instead of Kraken Kale. I mean, it doesn't come back later because we don't try to make the second totem. So I guess it's not like really a big deal or anything, just a little weird. We wake up this morning to find Claude isn't home. Reviewing the footage, this actually started happening the day after I upgraded the house. I just didn't notice until now because I'm the best wife. And then we moved the barn, by which I mean I placed a second one down and then demolished the first one. Did you know that you can like move and take all the furniture inside the barn? Because I didn't. And I then steal all the items from the barn about to be demolished. Not sure if they'd spawn in again when you rebuild it or not, but they do prove useful for decorating around the barn later. On our way to bed, we stop and do a little fishing, the lazy way. I was also kind of hoping to catch Claude walking home. We don't. The main struggle of today was trying to replace the mailbox. It wouldn't let me pick the original one up or let me swap the mailboxes. We had to put the new one down to pick the old one up, to put the old one down to put the new one in the place we wanted it to be. It just seems a little silly. We also then just hit dailies and spend the rest of the day fishing. Is Claude dead? I tried sleeping at mine in case upgrading the house made him move. He apparently gets a room in the third house upgrade, but he's not here either. And we finally visit the honey farm. I still don't know why I felt I needed to see this one before making my own, but apparently I did, so we did. I also learned that there's a secret room in the waterfall by Novara. I'll pop a link down to that video below. It was the first 100 Days of Sunhaven that I watched, and it was really good. I'd recommend it. After completing the rounds of dailies, we spend more time fishing. We need a bunch of summer fish for the museum, and I never did feed the stock Snackoon. And then we wait outside Claude's house, like a creeper. I don't know. Is it creepy if you're married? Probably still creepy. And he never comes home. We do a quick mine run, and then decide to stop by the water where Claude usually hangs out during the day, and he's there. At least he's not dead, I guess. It really feels like he hates me, or I've done something horribly wrong to upset him. I checked online and apparently it's just a weird glitch thing, but it really sucks. We managed to catch all the fish we need for the museum and finish off that bundle. Now the only thing we need are those stupid mine books. So we head to the Withergate Mines, and I changed the day length down to 20 again. After the dailies, we plant a wheat field in front of the barn. Not pictured here is the hours of in-game time I spent staring at the farm, trying to figure out what the hell it was I wanted to do with it. Today, I forgot I turned the day length down to 20 and was still decorating at 3 p.m. So we turn it back up to 40 again. Today was another Withergate Mines day, but otherwise nothing worth noting happens. And today we do a regular mine run, because I need some more rocks for paths. So decorating is not going well. This is what the little alcove before the ferryman is looking like at the moment, and I hate it. Today we move the chests to their own little corner of the farm. So I got bored and decided to become an elf. Mostly I just like the antlers, but it will be better for the thumbnail if I look different. I had gone in with the bat wings on, and so the first time I came out, I had the bat wings on, and then when I took them off, there were no antlers, so I had to go back in and pay another 10k just to get the antlers back, and then I never try on headwear again, because 10k is a pretty steep price to pay for a hat that I'm probably going to hate anyway. And then we end the day out with some lazy fishing. It is back to the Withergate Mines for us today, and our chests are descending back into madness. We just head to bed on the farm. Claude's still avoiding me, so what's the point in going there anyway? So I moved the day length back down to 20, and we lose half the day just taking care of the farm. So I decided to finally be reasonable and try setting the day at 30 minutes. I have no explanation for why it took me this long to come to a very obvious conclusion, but it did. Do we think this vampire in the corner is friends with Claude? Do they not notice each other standing there? Or maybe he hates him, and that's why they don't talk? Also, this guy needs an umbrella for the sun. Is Claude some kind of magic special vampire? I really hope he's not the sparkly kind. Today is another Withergate mine run. In fact, until we get these books, mine runs are part of the daily routine. We still don't have enough fire elemental plants. At this point, I pretty much just accept that it's not going to happen, so I'm going to stop trying to make it happen. We finally put the melon in the museum, finishing off the summer crops bundle, and truly the only things we have left are the first and second Withergate mine tomes. I bought some lower level tickets in case the mine levels and the books are correlated somehow, because we're only missing the first and second one, and typically we buy kingly tickets. We pick up another volume 3 on an economy ticket. There goes that theory. I've just been unlucky, I guess. Well, at least now we know. At this point, our days sort of started to blur together. Wake up, hit the mine, check request boards, water plants, rinse and repeat. Today we decided to do a bit of fishing, to break up the monotony. I ran out of purple griffin berries, and we had to walk home from Novari. I really should be picking these up when I see them, instead of being lazy about it. We found volume 1. We need one final book, and the whole museum will be finished. I'm choosing to be optimistic about it, and hoping someone might acknowledge my success. And today we find volume 2, and finish the lore bundle. So I go and talk to Covington. Maybe we'll get a reward or something, or not. But maybe if we ask about the museum's progress, and it's actually acknowledging that I finished a thing. Oh, this is brilliant. It's a little weird that they didn't hold off getting us his hat and shirt until the museum was completed, but I guess we can't complain too much. This is the first time the game even bothered to add in a lot of dialogue to mention what I've done. To celebrate, we go clothes shopping, and come out of it with a new dress. This is a big day, but now what? What's next? I completed the story and the museum, and built all the machines. Though apparently I forgot to note down when that one happened. Whoops. Today is the last day of summer, and I learned that you can untill crops and get seeds back. That feels kinda wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This also means that we can fix the bottom row of the middle set of crops, so it is no longer longer than the rest of the crop fields. That's a really fun turn of phrase. No longer longer. Little victories, I guess. And then we head to the beach barbecue. This event doesn't come with a fun, seasonally themed pet, but we win the hot dog eating contest again, and get another hot dog hat, and then we go watch the fireworks as a final farewell to summer. I genuinely considered ending the series here, but I did say I was going to decorate the farm, and Halloween's going to have a bunch of great furniture items, and a witch cat for the witch toad, so he isn't lonely anymore. Roll on to fall. I didn't notice that something went wrong with the recording today, which means I don't have any footage of things happening, but I decided I might as well update the house, given that Claude doesn't live at his anymore anyway, and hopefully he'll be on glitch now. It is a little bit weird he has his own bed in the house, though. And then we have to go into the Withergate Forest to earn enough tickets to get snappy seeds on sale, because I went shopping before buying seeds. But we did get a really great campfire, so I have no regrets. So Claude's back, but he just stands creepily in his room in the house where I can't interact with anything, and it will no longer let me go sleep in his bed, and he won't sleep in mine. Feels a little bit like moving in together was a downgrade, and I put our campfire on the beach, and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, the part of the farm I'm most happy with is a lone campfire on the beach. literally nothing happens today. And we can't get the golden tree to center. What is this? Animal Crossing? Today, I thought we'd be big-brained and see if we didn't need to infuse grapes in Novari, given that the soil's supposed to be full of mana already. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Also, when I first checked, I somehow entirely missed the infuse prompt and assumed that I was good. And then I went and bought way too many seeds, because this is great. When we get back, I do notice a little infuse prompt, and maybe wishful thinking made me miss it beforehand. Or maybe we just hit the point where I was feeling too nauseous to think straight. Maybe I'm just the most unobservant human there's ever been. Either way, left a few uninfused as an experiment and crossed my fingers, hoping for the best. Had a mini panic when I thought I couldn't move the selling portal. I bought the Fallen to replace it. However, this is just because it has items in it to sell, which makes sense, but also didn't occur to me for a bit. And then we go and check on the grapes. Turns out all the mana supposedly in the soil in Novari is a lie. Grapes are stupid, and I hate everything. But we plant and infuse a second round because we have all these seeds. And then the round after this, which I don't even think I filmed any of, I forgot to infuse them. So, good at stuff. And now we go back to the repetitive grind. Water the farm, do some requests, check all the furniture shops, stare into the abyss of the farm and wonder why we thought we could do this. I did move the fruit trees and plant a golden tree. Still a little bit bitter about the centering issue, but I do think the inside's coming along better than the outside at least. I love my gallery wall, and I got a cat tree for the wizard cat when he moves in. Who knows, maybe Toad also likes it. I would really like to complain about the counters though. They are for some unknowable reason actually wall items, which means I can't place them outside, which dashes the hopes for the outdoor kitchen area. And worse, they don't sit on the floor, which makes the fridge and the stove look really weird, and you can't put things on top of them. The counters are a lie. I tried to build a second seating area below the chests, and while I do enjoy the mismatched couches, I can't put items on stumps, even though you also can't sit on them, at least as far as I'm aware. And it turns out this really cute table is unrotatable. There are a few items like this where it makes zero sense for you to be unable to rotate it because it's like a table. I get why you can't rotate the TV or bookshelves or lamps, but tables and rugs. Today we venture into the Withergate Forest as I was planning to use the easel to make some paintings. That doesn't really last long. I think I only make like a peach one, maybe one or two more, not many. Today I got a bunch of golden pomegranates from the golden tree, which did feel very exciting at this point. And we also run out of purple berries again, so we walk home from Novari and then we're back on that grind. Why does a pillar do this? It is incredibly frustrating. The bottom one wants so badly to be on the stairs, but the top one can't be on the stairs. We have to compromise and have the bottom pillar further from the edge than the top one. I don't understand this at all, but the barn area is coming along nicely. The scattered hay piles are maybe one of my favorite items in the game, and I stole them from the other barn. I don't even know if you can buy them, as well as the wagon wheel and the hat leaning up against the barn, all of which are items I stole from the other barn. I don't really understand how people manage to successfully decorate in games like this, where all the furniture is random chance, but people do it. I stalked the Reddit a bit, and there are some beautiful farms on there, as well as some mats people made that show the whole farm at once, which can be super useful for planning. So I'll link those and a few of the cute farms I found down below. It's also where I got the alternating flowers idea, and I'm pretty sure the like square center path thing as well. We have devolved back into chest organization, which is how you can tell I'm feeling overwhelmed, and we do buy the owlbear mount, which I love, but also feels comically large, so I'm pretty sure we're just gonna stick with the broom. I also have objectively too many clothes, 2 full wardrobes and 3 chests, but I moved the indoor furniture bits inside. I also have an excess of furniture items. Gonna be Halloween now, please. So it is Halloween now, and I buy a wizard cat. Which cat? I'll probably call him Beetle, though I didn't get like an official name tag or anything. I also spent quite a bit on furniture, so I do a bunch of decorating around the house and then decide I must have this regal bed canopy. Not really sure why, not gonna fit on any of the walls anywhere, but we do fight some monsters to have enough tickets for it anyway. And I guess this is the end of Sunhaven, at least for me. We are 2 days short of the 200, but I've never been good at following rules, and I'll give you a little tour of the house and the farm before we go. So I've got over here, we've got like a little living room, the TV, and then we've got the sort of wardrobe area, I guess, with like 600 chests at the bottom. And over here we've got kind of like a library maybe, and then we have my little desk. And I don't think I can sit in any of the chairs or anything, so come down here and we've got the gallery wall, which is the best part of the whole house if you ask me. And then in here we have the kitchen with the counter that is a lie, because it's literally just attached to the wall, which is stupid. But we do have our little witch cat, who we named Beetle, I think. I don't know, it's been a really long time since I, actually did any recording for this, because I'm good at stuff. Anyway, but yeah, so we have the living room, then we have Claude's room, where we can't touch anything. And the only thing we can do is talk to him, and he doesn't say anything fun or interesting. And also the welcome mat. It doesn't fit where you want the welcome mat to fit, so it's just above. Also the like random cat rug, which we have just because cat rug, I guess. I have no idea. Anyway, we have outside, where we've got this area here, which is something that's looked pretty much like that since, you know, before time. And then we have up here, which again also looks pretty much the way it's looked the whole time. We have our little failed kitchen area, which is covered in trees. Should we cut down the trees? I don't know, maybe we should do that so they're not in the way. Yeah, so this was gonna be our little like kitchen alcove, but then counters don't go outside. And some tables don't rotate. It's weird. Anyway, so we've got the little like farm area. You can see I sort of neglected that one a little bit. And then we've got this alcove over here, which again is the kind of thing that we've had most of the time. It sort of just happened, and I don't know. It's kind of cute, I guess. I hope you also think it's cute. And then we'll go over here, and we've got our little barn area, which is also covered in trees. I should probably stop cutting down all the trees, especially because I'm not using the right mouse. So, yeah, this recording is going well. Really, truly, very well. Anyway, we've got our little, like, honey farm bit, and the wheat fields. And then over here we have our little campfire, which is all campfire-y, you know, the way one imagines a campfire. I added some, like, seating and some logs, and that's about the extent of the campfire. We also put a sandcastle down, just, you know, because there was a sandcastle. And then finally we have this last seating area over here, which, again, I kind of like, but also, like, you can't put anything on top of anything, so it's kind of silly. And then we have the chests, which are chests, I guess. And that is indeed the end of Sunhaven, I suppose. Anyway, I guess this has been 200-ish days of Sunhaven. If you liked the video, or you just had a good time hanging out with me, you can hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this, or if there are other games you think you might like me to play. I do have a couple of videos in the works. Technically we can do the Wildflowers one, because I streamed most of that, so I just have the footage. Also been doing Littlewood, because, I don't know. I also have Graveyard Keeper, which I really wanted to do 100 days of. So we're working on that one. I really do apologize that this one is much shorter and a little bit less happy than the previous 100 days video. I feel really bad about it, but I haven't been well, so this is kind of what we have. Also, I just got a little bit overwhelmed without anything else to do in the game, but we did say we'd do 200 days, so we have done 200 days. But yeah, no, if you made it this far in the video, do let me know which game you'd like to see me do next. I do technically have an Animal Crossing video, like, half filmed. I just have to do the voiceover, but I haven't done that yet. Anyway, I guess I will see y'all soonish. Goodbye!